On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Usually doesn't happen, right? So I think it's, yes, it's a little trivial, yeah, of course, but that's a step up, like seeing a black character in a cartoon movie like that. But what Trigger Mike was saying, I fully agree on that standpoint, right? It should be black producers and directors coming up with characters like this, Black Panther and all of that, because it's a bigger impact on a bigger scale when it's something like that.
Okay. Anton, what are your thoughts about it, sir? Halle Bailey's Little Mermaid is already making waves among the young black girls. Would you say that it's trivia or big picture, and explain why?
It's only big picture to niggas because niggas always want some acknowledgement. Like when we talk about these little kids, right? And they talking about, oh, the little girl. The only reason that little kids are so excited about it is because y'all taught them about racism and how to divide themselves against other people in the first place.
Let me go up and bring the first topic again, trivia or big picture, and make sure you explain why, whichever position that you guys decide to take. Halle Bailey's Little Mermaid is already making waves among young black girls. If you guys haven't seen it already, we now officially have Ebony Mermaid. Ebony Mermaid. So I'm gonna go around the panel and I want you guys to say if you guys think it's trivial, meaning that we shouldn't care about it, shouldn't talk about it, or whether it's a bigger picture with it. All right, I'm gonna start with you first, Mr. Logic.
The niggas mad that they got what they want. They begging white folks to be in movies. They begging white folks to do everything. You finally give a nigga what they want, and they whining bitch. Trivia as fuck. I don't give two fucks what these niggas say. I'm telling you, they should blow these niggas up. I'm sorry. I don't know. It's trivia as a bitch, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lord. I'm done.
Wait, who's whining though? I'm confused. Hold on. Who's whining?
No, so there have been a lot of people. Yeah, they've been saying like, oh, like Ariel was white. Why do we have no? Well, no, not black people. Logic is saying like there were particular white people on like Twitter and Instagram like making comments and basically saying like why do we care about this black girl, and the Little Mermaid was white and everything, and it was trash. It was.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Okay. So Mr. Logic says it's trivia. I'm gonna go to you, Kayla. You say it's trivia, a big picture, and explain why.
I would say it's trivial. I do think that big picture entertainment in any capacity is not, or should not rather, be like our focus of our attention. There are other major things going on in the world and in the country that deserve our attention. So big picture, I think it's trivial, but I do think that because it is a fictional character, it could be anything. So this character is one way, like this character is not real. It could be anything that a creator wanted to make. So that doesn't make sense to me either. Anyone that's giving kind of pushback against it, especially because there's been a black every other Disney character. So what is the problem now? So yeah, that's what I think.
Okay. What about you, Siobhan? Trivia or big picture, and explain why on this particular topic.
Yeah, I think big picture definitely for this one. And you have so many of our black young girls that are looking at Halle and saying, hey, I can be like her one day, And there's a lot of Disney characters that we don't have black people. But I think Halle is really setting the tone to say, look, yes, I'm black. We already knew that in the first picture, Ariel was white. And I think that she's just kind of opening the tone for other black women to be able to have those roles. And I think it's huge. And my daughter particularly, she loved it, and I guess for people that don't really like musicals, they're not going to like it. But I really do like musicals, and I think it's going to be a great movie.
Okay. TriggerMike, what are your thoughts about it, sir? Trivial or big picture? Explain your position.
Well, honestly, I'm kind of confused on which. So people took big picture and trivial. So I guess I'll put more context to why, because Siobhan said big picture, and I was going to say big picture, but we're kind of on the opposite sides of it. So I'll say trivial in the sense of, trivial, I guess, means of little importance, right? So to me, this should be of little importance to Black people in general. Here's why. I'm kind of on Logic's train. I don't know why we keep infringing on white people's territory. All right, this is asking them to do something. To me, that's not really good. Like, I would rather see a Black character created by a Black artist, and maybe Marvel sold or bought that production and brought it to life. But I want you to notice how every single thing they do for Black people is muddied up with controversy. So the little girls you were talking about, Siobhan, can't even truly enjoy it without that Mr. Controversy attached to it. That's because you're infringing on someone else's creation. It'll never not be that way. So I'm gonna say this should be trivial to Black people in general. We should be bringing to life our own characters, our own comic books. There should be Black Panther should have been a Black creation or something of the equivalent. So that's how I feel about it.
Okay. Go to Island Girl Q. What are your thoughts about it? Trivial or big picture?
I'm not gonna lie. I was at first saying big picture, but how Mike broke it down makes sense. But honestly, I think Courtney Michelle said this on her live. And if you look on TikTok, seeing little kids, well, I don't watch cartoons, seeing little kids just so happy to see a Black girl in a cartoon was just so major, because that usually doesn't happen, right? So I think it's a little trivial, and yeah, of course, but that's a step up, like seeing a Black character in a cartoon movie like that. But what TriggerMike was saying, I fully agree on that standpoint, right? It should be Black producers and directors coming up with characters like this, Black Panther and all of that, because it's a bigger impact on a bigger scale when it's something like that.
Okay. Anton, what are your thoughts about it, sir? Halle Bailey's Little Mermaid is already making waves among the young Black girls. Would you say that it's trivia or big picture, and explain why?
There's only big picture to niggas, because niggas always want some acknowledgement. Like, when we talk about these little kids, right, and they talking about, oh, the little girl, the only reason that little kids are so excited about it is because y'all taught them about racism and how to divide themselves against other people in the first place.